What is up, everybody? How is everybody doing today? And welcome back to another Clash Mini video on the channel. The stage channel happened last night. I was there with full frontage talking to Draco, Frame, and Dohong, and let me tell you something, guys. We have super value. We have massive value here from Enchatin's playbook. You are going to get the juice. That was the notes, okay? We took notes and we got valuable notes that we're going to be going over with you right now. Everything you need to know about the future of Clash Mini. Let's get it going. All right, so this is going to be a little bit different of a video where I'm just going to give you the too long didn't read version here. There's not going to be gameplay. We're just going to get right into it. RC rework, it was talked about the shield to do something similar to the barbarian plus the archer combo. So maybe it will add damage to your minis, maybe it will take damage away from opposing minis, but they want to do something interesting with the royal champion. They also talked about potentially making the shield plus 6 damage to all 3 targets and taking away the boast. There was a little bit talked about the royal champion, but that's pretty much the bulk of it right there. Hero rework in season 6. No heroes will get reworked. There might be light balancing to them besides the royal champion. Royal champion might be the only hero that they are going to be tweaking pretty heavily in season 6. Update 7. For update 7, they want to push out one hero and one mini as well. One hero with pretty much new mechanics that are going to be added to the game, and a mini every single month. So that's going to be absolutely crazy when update 7 comes. We are going to be on update 6, so that is still a little bit away, but they do have plans for the future, pretty much putting in 3 minis and 3 heroes, which is absolutely crazy. Heal in the future is a passive. What does that mean? I mean, that will have a relationship with elixir and other things, so not in battle. So what they kind of want to do is they kind of want to have mechanics in the game that is based off of your elixir spent, and other things that have nothing to do with the battle. So more of the macro mechanic of the game, which is balancing elixir, using elixir, storing elixir, and so on and so forth. A lot of auto chess games have a mechanic similar to this where you save up, in essence, gold, and when you hit certain thresholds, whether that be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, you gain extra income based on that. So it might be something similar to that, and I'm excited to see what that might entail. Also, they talked about using abilities when you want in the game, kind of like Clash Royale, the heroes, where you can push a button and activate an ability onto a mini or a hero. They did talk about potentially, teetering around that idea. They might be implementing into the game. I don't think it's going to come in update 6, but they are talking about it internally as something that can happen. Also, there's some really cool information on that, what they plan to add as well in the future, and what they might be working on as well, in a later date. Update 6 will have 1 hero and 1 mini. Very skill based. They also teased the mini will be a 4 elixir mini that has existed in the Clash universe already, and it's a very beloved or should I say unit. So I think personally, Sparky or Executioner, one of those two, in my personal opinion, will be coming to Clash Mini. Probably, it's not 100%, but that's just my personal thoughts. It's one, if they said it's a favorite, card slash mini that's been in the Clash universe. I think it's going to be that. In my personal opinion, or it might be the Electro Wizard, which could be crazy. I don't think I've really seen concepts of that, but let's move on. My first subscriber is hinting on the new map. So the new map for Season 6, there is going to be a new map in Season 6, and it looks like it's going to be a forest theme. Based on what it looks like. It looks like a broccoli / tree that Frame posted in his short. So that is what I think. I think it's going to be like more of a foresty feel to it in Season 6. There's going to be a fun casual game mode where there's going to be no trophies, and it pretty much won't be balanced. It's going to be crazy wonky. What I gathered from it is there might be some crazy things. There was a game called Minion Masters where they had crazy game mode where there was flame things that came onto the board that spawned periodically, that did extra things that have nothing really to do with Clash Mini right now, how the game kind of works, but it's just a fun, super fun game mode where there's extra things added and other things like that. That's not confirmed as far as that's concerned, but there will be a fun casual game mode that won't be balanced and it will have some crazy new features that are not in the current Duel/Rumble. There won't be any trophies in this game mode to start, at least. In the future, possible to have a rotation of special tiles. We talked about this a lot, and they were planning on doing maybe a monthly or a weekly or a daily rotation of tiles. So today we're only going to be able to play with healing tile. We know that our opponent's playing with healing tile. Tomorrow might be mirror tile, and that's it. I play mirror tile, you play mirror tile, and I know that's going to be for 24 hours. They kind of are leaning on the weekly right now, where you're going to be able to play healing tile for a week versus your opponent. I don't think that's going to be the right decision. I think 2 days is the maximum you should allow one tile only, because then I think it'll get a little stale, and that's just what I kind of feel would be a good thing. 3 days is like the ultimate maximum, but hopefully I'm looking at 2 to 3 days here for a rotation of special tiles. I also talked about, and I said that what if you had a map that had all of the tiles on it where it rotated every round, from healing tile to energy tile to soul jar to, you know, like the shell tile, and they kind of, you know, weren't really, you know, when I said that idea, they thought that it could maybe work in the game. So let's see if that's something they work on in the future, but they have no plans to do that yet. In the special game mode, there'll be new mechanics, so there'll be no change in the core gameplay. We talked about the special game mode, but there's going to be new mechanics added to that. It is a casual mode. Hero levels will equal to your highest hero level. What does that mean? I think that means if you have a level 15 hero, all of your heroes will be level 15, kind of like a tournament standard. But I do think with this change, it's going to cost a lot more to upgrade heroes all the way up. So that is going to be something that you are going to need to worry about as well. But at the end of the day, if you have a level 15 Barbarian King and everything can be level 15, that is value like you better believe. Gold for heroes in Update 6. You're going to be able to use gold for a lot more things in Update 6. I talked about this. I said gold was a problem, and they said that gold will be able to be used for heroes. It'll be used for other things as well. So save some gold for Update 6, because that can give you some really good value when Update 6 drops. Spells to the game. In the future, there's possibility of no gizmos and spells. They actually talked about spells, weapons, and gizmos being on a rotation. So they wanted to add kind of weapons in the game where it's an item that you can put on your mini that can make it more powerful, and pretty much have a rotation of that every month. So I think that, you know, let's just say January, we're going to have weapons. February, we're going to have spells. And then March, we're going to have gizmos as an option to choose. I think, honestly, that this could be 3 different complete ladders in the future when the game gets really, really strong. I think there's 3 completely different elements, and I think it's going to be really, really cool to see what the leaderboard would look like, you know, when it's gizmos, when it's spells, when it's weapons. Does that change the best players in the world? And so on and so forth. This game is endless possibilities, especially if you're looking at a competitive mode where you have no gizmo, no spell, no weapon. Okay, in game number 1. Game number 2, you have, let's just say, only weapons. Game number 3 versus your, you know, the best players, you have just gizmos. In game number 4, you have just spells, where you have your best player who is the best using spells, you know, in game 1, the best player using gizmos in game 2, the best player using weapons in game 3, and the best player using nothing in game 4. Could add a lot of level 2 complexity to the esports scene, and I think that's actually insane if they are planning on adding this, and they have talked about it internally to put this in the game at some point. Then we're looking at limited gizmos per monthly reset. They are still testing this, so pretty much what they said is they were thinking about putting maybe 6 gizmos into the rotation so that you can have 3 gizmos to play against, so there won't be Rocket in the game anymore. That means there's going to be a lot more Archer Queens, right? Because Archer Queen kind of fears Rocket, and so on and so forth. So they were planning on having it, instead of 10 gizmos, take out some gizmos that are currently in the game and then after taking them out, show you what gizmos are available this month, and then you are going to still have 3 options to choose from in game. So it's still going to be random, but it's going to be a lot less random because you're going to have a lot less gizmos to choose from. So they said they want to have at least 4 heroes and 4 minis before the global release. That's massive value right there from Enchatin's playbook, as they wanted to make at least that many more before the game goes global. What does that mean? Well, that means if all pans out perfectly, we are looking at, let's just say today is February, so March is going to be an update. So April is going to be a so April, May, June, we could be looking at potentially, you know, July, August-ish kind of global release if they do stay true to that. But obviously everything is subject to change as far as that is concerned. I know they are working on 4 heroes and 4 minis that they almost have done, I would say, or at least planning on getting done by Update 7's completion. So that is going to be really, really cool, and I am excited for the future of this game, especially with all of these changes. It is massive value. My girlfriend got me this book. It's Enchatin's playbook. If you guys want the extra value, well, guess what? This is just page 1 of the value. She wrote on page 1, but you know what? This is page 1 to me. I love you guys. Take it easy. I hope this video was great value for each and every single one of you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow for my next video, Hero Tier List. You do not want to miss that. I am collaborating with Spoob on that, so that's going to be super fun. I will see you guys tomorrow. Take it easy, and I'll see you guys later.